After gaining 10 kgs in 7 months, I knew it was time to lock in and finally lose that fat. And this is how I did it in only 4 months. Let's go. September 1st, 2025. I weighed myself and I came in at about 70.6 kgs. And when the year started in January, I was at 60 kgs. That's when I knew that, you know what, it was time to lock in and lose that fat. And the first thing that I did was I made my calorie deficit bearable. Obviously, if you want to lose weight, you want to be in a calorie deficit. But that deficit doesn't have to be this unbearable thing that you hate every single day. And this is how I made my calorie deficit bearable. First thing was volume eating. Making sure that I eat a lot of food for a little amount of calories. And how I did this was simply just adding a lot of vegetables to every single meal that I was eating. My lunch and my dinner was mostly just vegetables. Now, obviously, you don't want to cut carbs when you are losing weight. Carbs are not your enemy. You want to still keep carbs for your gym performance. But I made sure that, you know what, I did cut my carbs. I still had carbs with every meal, but I cut them in half. So this is what my lunch and dinner looked like. Chicken breast, 100 grams of broccoli, 100 grams of cauliflower mash, 100 grams of carrots, and 100 grams of lettuce, and about 100 grams of pasta. Every single lunch, every single day. That was my lunch for 4 months straight. So if you notice, a majority of my lunch is literally just a whole ton of vegetables. Why? This kept me full for a very long time. And my dinner was also the same. I had 100 grams of carrots, 100 grams of broccoli, 100 grams of cauliflower mash, but I swapped out the chicken breast for some pork mix, and I swapped out the pasta for some sweet potatoes. And this is what I ate every single lunch and every single dinner for 4 months straight. I put any sauce I liked on them and they were absolutely delicious. I enjoyed them every single day. I looked forward to eating my lunch and my dinner every single day. Even my breakfast. My breakfast was simple. 4 eggs, ham, and cheese. That has pretty much been my breakfast for like 3 years now, and I still eat it every single morning. It's high protein, it's high fat, it's easy to make. I can meal prep it. So it's easy for me to make, easy for me to eat, and it is healthy and delicious. So this is pretty much how my diet looked, and it was delicious. I know you might think to yourself, man, that doesn't sound that good. Trust me, when I put my sriracha on it, I put my tomato sauce on it, it is absolutely delicious. And it allowed me to add other foods that I enjoyed to my diet. So every night before I went to bed, I had 50 grams of blueberries with 150 grams of Greek yogurt. Every single night right before bed. So this is pretty much what I ate every single day, and it was very, very enjoyable. So volume eating is the first thing that I did. It kept me full for a long time. I never had to deal with any hunger. The second thing I did was eating foods I like. During the weekend, I also could go out and have fun and go out to restaurants and have burgers and pizzas, and have fun and not have to overly restrict myself. And this is how I made my diet bearable. It made sure that I was enjoying the foods I eat and I did not despise my diet. And this is what you need to make sure that you actually stick to your diet. Because if you don't enjoy your diet, you will not stick to it. You'll pretty much cheat on your diet consistently and then you will not lose weight. So you need to eat foods that you like. Make sure that you are eating a lot of food for a little amount of calories, and you will not be hungry on your diet. The second thing that I did was having a moderate amount of cardio. Now, because my calories were not that high, I was only eating about 1800 calories a day. I did not have to do that much cardio. I only restricted it to about 3 days a week for 45 minutes on the bike. Now, cardio, you have to find the cardio that you enjoy. Do cardio that you like. Everyone is always saying you need to do cardio at zone 2 incline walking, but I do not like walking. The elliptical is great, walking is great, the bike is great, but you need to find cardio that you enjoy doing. I do not like walking. I'm always walking. I don't want to be always on my feet, so I prefer the bike. So that's the cardio that I did. There are no rules to this. You have to find cardio that you enjoy. You don't even have to do formal cardio like in the gym, walking, running. If you play sports, that could be your cardio for the day. You don't have to do traditional cardio. You don't have to follow these trends that you see on social media. Find things that you enjoy doing and include them in your fitness journey. That's how you stay consistent, that's how you stay locked in, and that's how you make this a lifestyle. And the third thing that I did to make sure that I was actually losing weight, I was losing fat, was I tracked everything I ate. This is how I was able to lose weight in 4 months that quickly and have this big of a transformation. I made sure that, you know what, I am in a deficit no matter what. Now, do you need to track every single thing you eat? Absolutely not. You don't have to. You could do it eyeballing it. You could do it, intuitively eating. But I'm not trying to kind of lose weight. I want to make sure that I am actually losing weight and I'm not wasting my time. Because if you are not tracking your food, it will take you a lot longer to lose weight because you don't really know if you're in a deficit that day or not. You're just trying to eyeball it. You are trying to guess pretty much. And guessing is definitely not what I'm in the business of. I am not in the business of guessing, especially when I want to lose weight. Losing weight is honestly a very, very, very shitty process. Nobody likes being in a deficit. No matter what you do, it sucks. So that's why I'd like to speed run through it and make sure that I am actually on top of it no matter what. And that's how I stayed consistent, and that's how I saw that, you know what, I am losing weight. I tracked every single thing I ate, and even when I did go out, I made sure that I plan around eating out to say, okay, this Saturday I'm gonna eat out, so my deficit will be a little bit steeper for the whole week, and then on Saturday I can go out, eat whatever I want, and then next week I'll go back to the calories I was before. And that's how I still lost weight. So sometimes I'd be out, I'd be walking, I'd see a market, and I'd be like, oh wait, they have nice food here. So I bought the food and I ate. It was not part of the plan, but I knew that, you know what, next week I can make up for it, right? And I'm always locked in. As long as you are tracking your food, you can be sure that you are on track no matter what. So that's why I track my food every single day. It just gives me that sense of security and surety to say, you know what, yes, I am losing weight. And the fourth thing that I did to make sure that I was losing weight and not muscle was I reduced my training volume to manage fatigue. Look, when you're in a deficit, you don't have that much energy to train very hard every single week, every single day. You are just not going to have the energy reserves to do that. So when you are cutting, when you are losing weight, you don't want to be in the gym working out 6 days a week, doing crazy amounts of volume. You don't want to be doing that. You want to be in the gym to either build muscle or preserve the muscle you have. So I cut my volume in literally half, and I was doing about 1 or 2 sets for every single exercise that I was doing. I stuck to mostly 2 sets and I kept it at that for like 4 months. That's what I did, and it worked amazingly. When you first hear about low volume training, honestly, it was very tough for me to adopt that mindset. Because in my head, and I'm assuming in a lot of people's heads, we all think more is better. You don't feel like you're doing a lot when you're doing low volume. I am not going to lie to you. It takes some time to adjust. Because when you're in the gym and you're doing like 2 sets for an exercise, you think to yourself, was that it? Like, I don't even feel my biceps right now. Is that all I had to do? Yes, that is all you had to do. That's what I did. I reduced my volume and I was performing well. I was getting stronger on most exercises and I retained pretty much all the muscle I had. No problem. And I'm honestly pretty surprised by the results as well. Because in my head, I'm always assuming more is better, but more is not always better. You need to rest, you need to recover, and you need to train with intensity. If you don't have the energy to literally recover and train with intensity, you will just lose muscle. So that's the fourth thing that I did. When you are losing weight, don't be in the gym lifting weights like a madman doing crazy amounts of volume. You will just not recover and you might end up injuring yourself. And the last thing that I did to make sure that I was actually losing weight, I tracked my weight every single morning after using the bathroom. That's how I knew I was losing weight. If you are not tracking your weight, how do you know you're losing weight? Right? If you track your weight once a week, that is something, but that's definitely not going to give you the full picture of what is actually going on. It's just not. It's not going to give you the full picture, because one Saturday you could weigh yourself at 60 kgs, the next Saturday you could weigh yourself at 62 kgs, and you are going to assume you gain 2 kgs in 1 week. That is just not true. You need a weekly average to know how much your weight is going up or down. Because even though you're in a deficit, your weight will still jump up on some days. Like, you could literally be on point with everything. You could have done your cardio, done your weightlifting session, ate in a deficit, and still you wake up tomorrow and your weight jumped up by like 0.5 kgs. And you're just gonna be shocked. Like, I weigh myself every single day, even now. And when my weight jumps up, I'm also shocked, right? Like, you cannot plan it, you cannot predict it. Your body just does what your body does. And that's why you need to track yourself every single morning, because it can be demotivating for you to weigh yourself once a week. You weigh yourself this Saturday, you're like, oh, I'm 60 kgs, so next Saturday hopefully I'll be 59 point something. You weigh yourself next Saturday, you are 60.5 kgs. You think to yourself you made zero progress that week, but maybe you just didn't go to the bathroom that day. Like you didn't immediately go to the bathroom and your weight is up, and then you could go to the bathroom on that day, on that Saturday, and Sunday your weight could be down again, but you wouldn't know because you didn't track it that day. You only track it on Saturdays. I know mentally it's hard when you're trying to lose weight to always get on the scale and actually track yourself, track the weight, but you need to do that. It will show you what's actually possible and how your body actually reacts to different foods, to different things every single day. And you will get an understanding of why your body does this. And you will not be demotivated when you see your weight jumps up for no absolute reason. So track your weight every single morning after using the bathroom, and you will see the different trends that your body goes through day in and day out. And these are the 5 things that I did to go from 20% body fat to 12% body fat in only 4 months. If you do these 5 things, I promise you will lose weight and you will see progress. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.